Hey, welcome everybody. We are doing some live hand histories. Played some interesting ones last night, and so I'm excited to go through them. Had a spot where I really want to hear your opinion on what you think this is. Got me a little frustrated, little hot under the collar, I guess you could say. But I was I was okay in the end. But I want to hear what you think. I'm going to start it off with Jess. So you got a hand, man?
Yeah, I have a hand, and I also want to hear what I think about your hand. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was an interesting one. So
oh boy.
it'll be good
Okay.
to talk through. What you got?
First hand, I'm in the hijack. Effective stack is, like 500. Um, and I have ace queen of diamonds.
Okay. Is this 1-3?
This is 1-2 in
1-2.
Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a 500 cap.
That's right. They changed it. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
500 effective, ace, queen of diamonds in the hijack. And what's the action in front of you?
So under the gun +2 opens to $10,
Okay.
which at the table is low, but also for this guy, he's done that like a few times. I've noticed. I think I don't know if he varied his open, but he was opening smaller.
So I can't remember, like 12, 15 is pretty standard. So
Yeah, 15 and then sometimes 20.
20. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So
So
he raises 10.
mhm.
And then anybody else in between?
Folds to me.
Okay.
So, should I tell you what I did, or what do you think here?
I mean, I think you can hijack. I'm gonna raise. I don't want to go. I don't want to invite a bunch of callers, so I'm going probably 35.
That's what I did.
Okay.
That's what I
All right.
did. And it folds around, so that's good. And
Okay.
he calls.
Okay.
So we have 71 or 70 something. And the flop is Jack of clubs, 3 of clubs, 10 of spades. And
Okay.
he checks to me.
All right, I'm gonna try to put this up here. I don't. I'm there. We go. Now we have some and villain checks, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Well, I mean, you have two overs. It's a board where I mean, he opened under the gun. Oh, why did that go away? Let me change my banner here so it stays. There we go. It's a board where he's gonna have a piece of this a decent amount of the time. Whoops, wrong hand. There we go. But I mean, he's probably calling if you bet, right? So, do we want to bet? Like, and what I mean by that is there's plenty of hands to float with, plenty of hands that have pairs, plenty of draws out there. You might get check raised. Like, this is a spot where like you can bet and hope he has nothing, but I'm probably just actually gonna check on this one. Um, Only because like you have plenty of equity, your high cards are good, and you have a draw to the nuts. And we'll kind of I would want to see what he does in the turn here. So I'm checking. What'd you do?
So I thought about it, and I thought, yeah, this flop is better for him, and he could have a lot of suited cards. He could have a lot of like Jack X, 10X that kind of is a 3-bet caller. So it doesn't look great for me. I'm not excited, but I do have 2 overs and I do have a gut shot. And
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
and I'm in position. If he check raises me, then that sucks. But in a 3-bet pot, I'm like, I would be, I would be strong. I mean, that would be something. And I mean, it's not really, it's kind of like a 2.5-bet pot, like the way that he opened kind of to
Sure.
10. It's only 35, and not usually a 3-bet would be like 50. So, anyways, I decided to bet, and I think you're right. I think you'll call some of the time. I still have like my range is still. I could have some higher pocket pairs, and I could have I could have jacks and tens here too. So
But to be clear, I would say he calls the majority of the time, not just some of the time. Just my opinion. Like once you're playing a 3-bet pot on this board, like I don't think you have much fold equity. Just
yeah,
my 2
that's a
cents.
good point. That's a good point. And so I bet 40. I bet 40.
Okay.
Uh, and he calls.
Okay.
So he does call.
Okay.
So looking back, it's like I think I think you're right. I'm gonna get called a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Um, so the turn card is the 3 of hearts.
Okay. Turn 3 of heart. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So pot's 150. So let me move this onto the screen and update our info. There we go. Okay. So ace queen board. Let's see. So 3 of hearts on the turn, 150. And did you say his action? Did he check to you?
He did check.
Okay. Yeah, I mean now again, I would rather go. I think the bet has. If I had checked the flop, I'm probably checking this turn as well, actually, because the story doesn't really make sense. The board doesn't change, and suddenly I'm interested. So I would probably find myself checking a second time. Now that we've bet it, we're telling him a story. The problem is that the story, like, it's pretty narrow, right? It's like we have a big overpair or we don't have much, and he's gonna have plenty of jack X, plenty of draws, plenty of pair. I I I mean he can, yeah, he probably does, we're not worried about the overpairs really, but I think he's still gonna have quite a bit of connectivity. So I'm probably shutting it down at this point with a check back and just hope that I can improve on the river. What'd you do?
Let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
say you checked on the flop,
Yep.
the turn count was a 3, it's $70 in the pot. Say he bets like 35 or something, and you still, well, it's a paired board now, so like if the gut shot comes in, it's not the nuts, but what do you do there?
You're saying if he bets 35 into the 150?
Well, I'm saying like say it's 70 going to the flop, you
Oh,
check
oh.
behind, so it's still 70, and then
Yep.
on the turn with the 3 coming, he bets 35.
Well, I mean, now I have options where I've potentially slow played a set of jacks or a set of tens, which I'm probably not going to do on a draw heavy board like this. So I don't know.
Right.
I'm willing actually to, like, uh let me think about it. I'm trying to think if I'm ever going to get aggressive and out of line here. A lot would depend on my opponent's tendencies too, right? Like if I picked up that he's the kind of guy who's going to let one go. Like I've played opponents where in a spot like this, they're going to be very, like, straightforward, and opponents who are like, I don't care if I have any connectivity. Like I might have 7-6 of hearts and just be like, let's go, And those guys, I'm going to play very different. So that would be opponent dependent, but
Oh, sure. Okay.
I would say because he's going to have enough of this board often enough, he's probably not going to get bluffed out of it too often. And I don't really have, like, fantastic. Let's see, what do I have? I have 4, 10. Yeah, I don't really have the odds to call. So I'm probably just going to fold if he bets on the turn with a board that I'm really not super connected to. Unless I think he's sticky enough for like a king to come in or an ace or a queen and where I can get paid a significant amount.
Yeah, sure.
But
Uh,
the problem too is that even when some of those come in, it's not going to put us in a good spot. That's why I would lean towards the fold, is because, like, let's say that the queen comes in, you're like, yes, we did it. Or the ace comes in, you're like, yes, we did it. And he's been open ended the whole time, right?
yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
he's
And
ecstatic, and now you're going to get stacked. So
yeah, yeah. The only improvement is you beat Jack 10, but it's yeah,
sure,
yeah. It's not, you can't draw to the nuts. It's
yeah, yeah.
so you kind of, the relative strength goes down. Um, okay. So in this hand, right, 150 in the pot, he checks to me, uh, and I decided to bet.
Okay, all right. What'd you go with? What'd you go with? What? Okay, tell me why you're betting.
so, so I bet on the flop. He thinks about it. He calls. The turn card, it pairs the board, and I don't know what kind of mood I was in, but I think I think people definitely like overfold on the turn. Like you can get, and this guy was like a one of these like felt like he was like a smart conservative player. Like he could fold hands. He could fold hands. Like
Okay.
so, I was like, well, I'm telling this story. I told this story on the flop. On the flop, I liked, I had overs and a gut shot and all that. And so I told the story, and then on the turn, it's like, okay, do I give up here and kind of make it a little bit easier for him on the river, or do I continue with my narrative? That I have over pairs, and you're right, it's more of a condensed like, um, so like
Very narrow.
yeah, it's more of a narrow range, but it's like tens, jacks, queens, kings, aces. Like that's
So
kind of yeah.
so before you tell me what you bet, what are you doing on the river if he calls you? Like, what's your plan?
Yeah, I mean, if he called me on the turn, I think that it's ace, king, queen comes. I could, if he calls me, if a queen comes, I could check back and be like, okay, I'll just take my showdown here.
Okay.
If a king comes, I'm probably, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But if queen, king, ace comes, I feel like, okay, I got some equity here, and either betting or just seeing if I'm good. Like if an ace comes, I'm probably checking back too, my single pair, and we have two streets of value. But if any other card
Really?
comes,
Hmm.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, he could have ace jack, he could have ace 10, and just
Yeah.
so yeah. And I think in my game in 1-2, it's like if you're betting three streets of value and you're getting called, less than half the time you're good, I think. But
Okay.
here, yeah. So if any other card comes, it would, I think I'm checking back. Um, so that's my, I think that's my thought. Just giving up. I just wanted to kind of continue the story. Um,
What? Okay. So if we're gonna continue though, would it maybe not? Maybe it makes the most sense to go now. I guess since you
you have the
bet the
most
flop,
fold
you
equity
you
on the
kind of
turn.
you kind of have to. Yeah, you have the most. You're right. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Uh,
All right.
because he has to be like, oh crap, okay, well then I'm gonna have to face this, and I only have like whatever 300, and he's gonna go, and so, anyways, I bet 100,
Okay.
and and he thought about it a little while, I don't know how long, but then he decided to fold. So I bet two
Oh,
thirds
he
pot.
did. Okay. All right.
I bet two-thirds pot
Okay.
to kind of try to make it seem like to try to get some more of that fold equity. Like I thought I can, so
Sure.
yeah, that's where it was, and I was like, I'm not. I've been bluffing a little bit more,
Okay.
uh, and I think I don't. Still learning what spots to bluff in,
Sure.
so I think that flop to turn, that card, like if he has Jack X, he's it's really hard. I mean, what am I doing here, right? So uh, I don't know if this was. I think on the flop it's an okay bet, but like you said, I think it's better for him than me, and so you could check back and see like if that improves you. So uh, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I think it's one I'm probably just gonna go check, 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 and I probably end up losing that hand, where he bets turn and I fold. But I think the one of the things we got to ask is like what story are we telling? You did three bet him, so I mean you will have some of the overpairs, but then yeah, how much are we willing to barrel? The nice thing is you're getting called by some draws, and those draws have all missed, so it is reasonable to go bet there.
Yeah, I think I mean it's good to look back and kind of think about like I think it's more I think it's very reasonable to check and be like, okay, like this is not, maybe the flop I was exactly looking for. I just thought, with overs and a gut shot, maybe it's enough um, equity there without a real hand to try to make something happen.
Yeah. I think if it's like 9 of clubs, 10 of spades, 3 of clubs, I'm probably more excited to bet because he's gonna have less top pairs or you know what I mean, like less connectivity. So
I agree. Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
Yep.
Good point.
All right. I got a few doozies for you. I'm excited to talk through some of these, but
Okay.
let's see. Okay, I'm gonna let me let me share this one first. This one is I gotta edit it really quick and add my hand. This this one needs some backstory because it's a spicy one. So I've been playing with this opponent. Actually, we talked about this hand in the Discord a little bit. This was the opponent where um, I ended up check raising him on the turn, where I had slow played my ace king and tried to like trap him with a medium ace and see if I could get the stack in. He ends up folding, and I had bluffed him earlier in the session as well. So I bluffed him, and then I got to the point where I had the value, went for the trap, and he still ended up making the fold anyway. And we kind of in the discussion we were like, hey, this is a player who maybe we want to push a little further, a little harder, see if we can get some
Yeah.
folds in a tight spot.
Oh yeah.
And so we're playing I've been straddling every time. It's 1-3, so it's 1-3-6. I'm the straddle. And the small blind calls, the big blind completes. And then so I look down at 2-4 offsuit. And I thought to myself, obviously, this is not a good hand, and it's not something I would normally do. But I thought, just for fun, as an experiment, I'm gonna see how much I can play the like theory that this opponent so badly overfolds that I'm going to be able to get away with way more bluffs. So the cards, I basically am just like, I don't care what my cards are. Let's see what happens.
And he's in the small blind this time?
He's the big blind. I make
Oh,
it 35, small blind folds, he makes the call.
oh,
Uh
okay. All
yeah.
right.
And the small blind looked like kind of reluctant to throw in his like $5 to make the call. So I was like, I don't think he's coming along. I think it's just going to be heads up if I raise. So anyway,
That's a big raise.
yeah, I mean, there's what, $12 in the pot already because it's
Mhm,
it's
mhm, mhm.
136, so they got 12 in there. I go to 35. I think
Okay.
it's pretty reasonable. Anyway, big blind makes the call. We're off to a flop, so let me put this up on the board here. All right. So the flop is 6 of diamonds, 5 of hearts, queen of spades. Pot is $75. And the big blind checks to me.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I actually think this is like almost a best case scenario. It's a board that doesn't connect with too much. I have a gut shot. I actually have connectivity with one of the
Yeah,
worst
you
hands I
actually
can show up with.
yeah.
And so I'm like, hey, kind of a bonus that I actually have some outs here and potentially not to the nuts, but to a very basically the nuts. I don't think he's ever calling me the 4-7 for that price, right?
Is he a
So
big, like, limper? Has he limped a
no,
lot?
no, very
Yeah.
solid, tight,
Oh,
solid,
okay.
but showing a tendency to overfold. Like I said, this is not something I normally do. This is way off the radar for me, but I was like, just for fun, like this is a small session. I'm having a good time. I've already been beat up a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have a little bit of fun. I'm a little card dead, and I think because this guy has the tendency to overfold, if I pick the right spots, I could probably get away with it. So, uh, what are you doing here? 2-4.
Well, I mean, I've noticed, like, now that I'm buffing a little more, I noticed that, I really focus on the people who can, play poker, like, the people that are kind of a little bit more regular to bluff
Exactly.
because they know
Exactly.
they know they can read the signs and they can let go. Whereas somebody that's newer or just kind of occasional, like you can't mess with them in that way. Like
Yeah.
it's more risk. So, all right. So you kind of you have a target, and this is a great flop for you. And there's like so much that misses. I mean, like
Yeah,
there's so
absolutely.
much that misses. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, of course, any flop somebody can hit, but it's that's pretty good, and it's a nice rainbow. So let's see. So, and what is the effective stack?
Let's see. I started this hand with, let me see, 3, 4. I started this with 550.
Okay. Uh, I mean, you're in position. It's great. I think I don't know. For me, it's like, yeah, we're betting, and um, I'm thinking about the amount that I would bet, and because I think you do want. For me, I would want some folds, and it's okay if the pot builds. We can, so I would bet at least half, but maybe I would bet like 45.
Okay. Uh, so I went small. I just went like $25. Like if I had a queen, I'd be looking for
Sure.
value. It's really light value that I'm looking for. So I went $25 here, and
Yeah, I kind of I still do what the in the Discord, that it's nonsense guy. He's like, I want all my bets to look strong, and so he bets at least half a pot for everything.
sure.
Um, and so that's anyways, yeah. So okay, you bet small.
Yeah, so I went really small. Just went for the 25. He makes the call, and we're
Okay.
heading to the turn. Let me get the turn. So I'm gonna
I
change it
didn't
over
turn.
to this here. Okay. Oh, 5 of diamonds is not correct. Hold on a sec. Let me edit that.
Good.
The turn. Oh no, it is the 5 of diamonds. I'm sorry. That was correct. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. So 5 of diamonds. The pot's $125. Villain checks.
So you don't have hearts anymore. If you hit your straight, it's not the absolute nuts. So your relative strength of your hand went down. But like you're pushing the pedal to see how many folds you can get. So like I guess you're thinking like, hey, sevens through jacks, like I'm gonna I'm gonna try to go there. Any two overs, like it's such a small bet that you're thinking any two overs, I'm gonna like clear those out. So if I had that mindset, and I know like I don't know what you do. If you bet if you bet like 100 or 80 or 90 or something, like, and he calls, like what do you do like on the river?
Yeah.
Like you're kind of driving without brakes maybe at that point. Uh, you know, like, you're just like, okay,
uh,
I'm gonna show that I have an overpair and or a boat with queens. So I don't know. Like I think what we just talked about this in the last hand, right? That this wasn't a good. This can't be a good turn card for you. It could be a good turn card for him.
could
Um,
be. Yeah. I
yeah,
think I think like he's gonna have plenty when I bet down that small on the flop. Like I think he can call with sixes. He can call with smaller pocket pairs. Fours, sevens, eights, stuff like that. I think he'll have some queens, which would be problematic, right? When he has the queen. But I went really small. Now I think I can go bigger. Like, hey, I have the queen, or I have, a strong pocket pair or whatever. And so if he has some of those medium hands now, I think they kind of get exposed. And then my thought is like, if he does make this call, I pretty much need to shut it down. And I will only fire like an ace or a king on the river. Or obviously if my three comes in, right? So
yeah,
that was my thought. I bet $70, uh, and he makes the call.
yeah. Well,
So
I asked. I had a s- not. I had a. s- I had a hand that was on a paired board, and I asked AI, what to do in this situation, and AI was saying like, on paired boards, people will look you up more.
Yeah, they
Um,
will, right. It does
yeah.
make sense, but, I thought like, "Hey, this is a guy," again, he's on the tighter side, and if he feels like he doesn't have it, like, I know he's a winning player, plays really well and stuff, but I think he's willing to go like, "Okay, what are you doing this with? There's not a ton of bluffs out there," right? So,
All right,
yeah.
let's see where like what is that? The cliff? Let's see where the cliff is. If
Okay.
there's a cliff. Yeah.
Yep. Ready? Here we go. I'm gonna post it.
Okay.
River,
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
3 of clubs. Okay, so pot is 265, villain checks. What are you doing?
Uh 265, and how much do you have behind now?
I think I said the wrong number on the effective stack. I had 350 left here. So I must have had 450. I think I said I started the hand with 550. I think I had like 6, what do they have? Anyway, I have about 350 left right here.
Yeah, I mean, if he has 6'5" or 5'3", God bless. But um, you gotta. It's like 1 to 1. You gotta just throw it in and hope he has like ace five or something like that, or something that, or he doesn't believe you. He's been pushed around too much, or he has a queen and doesn't believe you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just gotta throw it in.
Yeah, so I kind of felt like, well, I think once he's called twice, he probably has a lot of queens. The board's paired. Like, I feel like it's a pretty good spot where if he's not going to believe and he actually will stick around, I'm not going to go for value. I'm just going to rip it. So I ripped it and he made the call. He didn't believe me, which I was like, whew, I desperately needed the, I desperately needed it to, uh, apparently he said he had jacks and he was just like, because I had made these moves on him
Yeah.
multiple sessions in a row, and I think he's like, he's kind of tired of it. Like I didn't think you could have it every time, so he decided to make the move. Hey, Jess, would you roll your camera down just a little bit?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, now you're more in frame. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. So he would have won, of course he would have won a smaller pot, but he would have won the pot like, like a ton of the time.
oh, a ton of the
Yeah.
time.
Like, yeah, like just a ton, like 90, I don't know, but just ton of the time.
Yeah.
But then this time, it's sort of like the poker gods, like you play well, you play
yeah.
tight, you're
Yeah.
patient, and then the
Yeah.
guy rolls over 2-4, and you're like, oh my God, this
Yeah.
guy on the river. I knew
Yeah.
he had nothing, Why did he bet on the turn with that board pairing? He was like, that's
Yeah.
the thing. He's like a board pairs, and then it's like even more like people are kind of like, well, it's harder for him to have sets, and
Yeah.
people are we're gonna look up. So yeah, that is funny. I mean, that's the thing with reads. It's like it's enticing to kind of say, okay, this is the read, this is the guy, but then also you can find yourself like without any clothes on, So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really don't blame him, especially like knowing our hand histories over the last couple sessions, like I have been pushing pretty hard to just kind of test the limits. And this one was way out of line. Obviously, I'm not going to do this normally, but I was just like, you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's push the line. Let's see where we can go. And I didn't expect as much resistance as I got, so I got bailed out big time on the river there.
Yeah, I mean, and he, the flop was a small bet. Then the turn was, bigger, but he didn't choose to check raise. I mean, you
Yeah,
guys aren't that deep to where like he would need to check raise, I guess. But if kind of a check, check, check line, and hoping like if he had the nuts and he's hoping that you will shove it in, that's a big hope. Like if you got a bow, like people will
yeah,
start to kind of bet themselves, like bet the hand themselves. So he was sort of like he was, I don't know. Yeah, he could have been kind of capped by the river, but it's a great call. It's just
yeah.
like
It
the wrong
just doesn't
call.
work for him. He came back and he's like, well, I just finished telling my wife the story. He's like, had to tell her about the guy who beat me with deuce four offsuit. So I felt
Yeah.
I felt kind of bad, but oh well.
Yeah, that
What's
is somebody had a really nice line about that. Like, when you feel bad when you win. I feel bad sometimes when I suck out or I win, and then I feel bad when I lose, right? And so, so it's like this guy said, it's like the gambler's dilemma or the gambler's curse. He said it's the gambler's curse,
uh,
and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Like either way, you know.
yeah.
Um, so, anyways, okay, let me share a hand.
Yeah, go. What you got?
All right, so again, 1, 2, and I'm on the button. We have a couple limpers before me, and kind of I have 10-9 offsuit, ten
Okay.
nine offsuit. And, I've been playing. It took a long break from playing, and now I've been playing, once a week for the last few weeks. And
Yeah.
I noticed that out of position, my range is very, very condensed. Like I'm
Yeah.
uncomfortable playing out of position. I'm not gonna mix it up. I know I'm gonna, like, overall, I feel like I'll be losing money. It's just hard to play. So to balance that, when I'm in position and really just like cut off button, I'm playing more hands. Uh,
This is pretty expanded. 10-9 offsuit. This is a non Jess Amby kind of a hand.
yeah.
The poker prodigy does not does not typically dabble with 10-9 offsuit.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's that it is happening more. Like on the button, I'm like kind of exploring the button, exploring position,
Okay.
and it's been a healthy exploration thus far. So I have it. I'm like, you know what? I'll just put some pressure on these people. Maybe I can get it heads up, and then that would be great. So uh, on the button, I open to 20.
You open to 20? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
really quick, just I mean, we'll talk the hand through, but like the potential problems here are many, right? Like if you get called, even though you have position, this hand has just flops so badly, like 90% of the time, right? And not one that I would mix in, even when you're being aggro, unless this it would like be a very player specific. Like this guy is always folding to three bets, and he raised, so there's dead money in the pot with a bunch of callers. I would need a scenario like that to like really get aggro here. But okay, you went to 20, and how many people called?
So we get two callers. Uh,
Two callers.
and so flop, I mean the pot is like 60 something. Um, so I have, position here. The big blind called, another gun plus two called. And we go to a flop.
Okay.
And the flop is King 8-4 Rainbow. King
King
8-4
8-4
Rainbow.
rainbow. Okay. And what's our action in front?
They check to me. The guy that limp called in Undergun Plus Two, he's been limp calling a lot, playing all the hands and folding a lot because you play so many hands, you're just not going to hit very much.
Yeah.
So I think that contributed to my thinking, but I've also been like, okay, I'm on the button, let's go. So I was hoping to isolate him and kind of see where we go, but it checks to me.
Okay. I'm I mean, you have no part of this. You got multiple opponents. I'm checking giving up.
Yeah, yeah, that makes complete sense. I bet.
You fired. Okay. How much
Yeah,
did you bet?
it's I'm like it's really not and that's the thing is like you have a belief in your head and it kind of skews you, but The guy that was under the gun +2, I was like, there's no way he has any king, and I can like he's gonna fold. Like he's gonna fold. And I might have seen something with how he was holding his cards, but I was like, he's gonna fold. And then there's this big blind guy who's kind of stuck in the middle of this. So, anyways, I bet 35. I bet half pot.
35.
It was a
Okay,
little bit.
I'm gonna post a couple of comments here because I think they're good. Heavy Cardboard said reverse implied odds pre-flop, and then on the flop said saw that coming. Uh, okay, so let's go back to where we're at. So let me ask you this. I think I'm more interested in the theoretical now than in the hand itself. We'll keep talking the hand, but let's say this is like King 9-4 or King 10-4. What's your action then? Are you still gonna press? Are you gonna try to take? You have some showdown value at that point.
I mean, I think with like King Jack 4, King 10-4, it's too much. I mean, it's just oh wait, I have 10-9. I don't even know
I'm
what I
saying
have.
seniorios where you have middle pair. Are you just
Oh yeah,
checking
when I
back?
have
I would
middle
assume.
pair. I think I'm still gonna like, because like I can kind of control it, right? So like I bet flop, I can check turn if I want to, and so I think I would like I think I would continue
What
with
what
middle pair.
what purpose would that serve? Like betting a 10 or a 9 here on the turn or on the flop? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna. It's gonna be hard to get worse to
right,
call, right?
right.
So I think you're right. I mean, it's such a 10-9 is it's not
Piece
gonna
of
be able.
garbage. It's a piece of garbage, Jess. I'm just trying to expose just trying to expose the reality of the hand of like even when you hit a pair, like I think often we see the connection and think in our brains like, oh, this will flop a straight sometimes, two pair sometimes. Even when you flop two pair, your opponents are going to be highly connected to a combination like that, right? With draws and things where you might by the river not have the best hand. When you flop the straight, you're not guaranteed to like have it hold or get paid. And then
Mhm.
so often you're going to flop one pair and it'll be middle pair, and you're not really going to be able to push. When you bet, you're going to get called by better, not by worse. So you kind of end up like putting money in pre-flop, almost needing to like check most streets, especially with multiple opponents, and then getting to a river where you're going to lose most of the time. And so like the hand is just it. I guess just trying to like talk through where we're actually at. Um,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So the and to go with what Heavy Cardboard says here, like kings are never folding. You're bloating a pot. Once you have showdown value, get to the showdown. So I would agree. And so now we're in this like tough spot. But okay, let's actually talk through where the hand goes because it is interesting. We're here. Let's discuss. So you
Yeah,
bet
we're
35.
here.
You got one color.
Yes, the big blind
Okay.
called, and so uh, he called. So we're at like 130 something. So the pot
Okay.
is getting bloated. The
Right.
pot is getting bloated,
And
and
you're
I still
holding a
have
trash bag.
garbage. I have garbage, you know.
Okay.
So yeah. So let's
But
see.
the
So
turn, I can already guess since you're sharing it, the turn's going to be something juicy, like a seven or a jack. Tell me it's a seven or a jack.
I wish it was a 7 or a
Oh,
jack.
okay, it's not okay. All right.
Yeah. So the turn is the King of Hearts.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah,
not ideal, but it does reduce some kings.
yeah. It sure does.
Yeah. Now, now you can, I guess, like check this spot, hope for a decent river, and then if you okay, like, well, tell me what you did, but that's not horrendous. Could be worse.
No, I thought it was interesting, but and my opponent, he is a deep thinker. He thought like a really long time on a previous hand
Okay.
with middle pair and ended up calling. And he talked about, hey, the story didn't make sense. It didn't make any sense. You kind of like limp called, so you can't have this range of hands. And so like I
Yeah.
called with middle pair, and like there's still like one card to come, and it held up. And so he was like pretty proud of himself that he followed the story, and the story
Sure.
didn't make sense. So we have a person that's paying attention.
Yep.
So he checks to me. So
Okay.
he would check back. He would check back. So I'm
Yeah,
doing
because I mean, like, what is our? I mean, again, the story. We were just talking about this with a paired board. Like, what is this? Where are we going? Like, we either have aces, or maybe we rarely have the king. But like, it's so hard. Even if I'm holding an 8 here and I'm your opponent, and like I have ace 8 suited, and I was like going for a flush draw pre-flop. I have this pair. I decided to float you once, and now the king comes down. I don't think I'm folding to another bet here, because I'm like,
yeah.
does he really have it?
I mean,
Okay,
it's
what'd
a
you
rainbow board, but
okay?
but yes, like it's going to be a paired board. So um, you know, he could uh he could be sticky, right? I mean, I'm
Right.
thinking now he just like cold called pre-flop with another limper that's like we know is going to kind of put the money in. And so, anyways, I'm like, listen, man, he doesn't have a king, but I could have a king here, and I am going to town on this.
What?
So,
Why does he not have a king though?
I mean, he could, yeah, he could, but it's just less. It's less likely. It's less likely now. It's less likely that he has a king.
Jess,
Uh,
your plane is in free fall. It's going for a crash landing.
I mean, he could, right? He could have just like
Uh,
called, in the blind with a king X sort of hand. But
okay,
then when the second king comes, I'm like,
unlikely. Yeah,
yeah,
unlikely.
I'm gonna explore this. I'm gonna explore this.
Okay,
And I had it in my head that, like, we're pretty deep. I mean, we're pretty deep here.
okay.
Um,
Are you 500 effective? I assumed you were from last hand, but were you more than that to start this one?
yeah, we must have been by here like 750.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
That
So,
that
um, I mean, he had a ton of chips, right? So I was the
okay,
one that was the effective stack, but it was at
okay.
least 750. I mean, it could have been a little bit more. But so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bet turn, and then I'm gonna go for it on the river. Like I thought, I'm gonna tell this story. He likes to hear stories. So so
All right.
that's what I thought. So I bet it's like 130-ish. I bet 70. I bet 70.
Okay.
Because if I had a king, I wouldn't bet pot, like that wouldn't make any sense. I want a caller. Uh, so I bet 70.
Okay. Well, I've jumped off of this. I'm out the plane with a parachute so long ago. But okay, let's. So I'm assuming he's calling you.
He folded. He
He
folded.
folded. Okay.
He thought
Okay.
about it and then he folded. And maybe there's that's the thing, is like I'm playing a little wider. I don't know exactly where. I think obviously, like I probably it's too maybe it's a bit. What I'm hearing is maybe it's a bit too wide, and then
It is too
maybe
wide.
if I
Yeah.
have a little bit more equity,
Yeah.
then it's more reasonable to bluff and continue. So I
Well,
hear
so
it.
I would say this though, like it is too wide unless you have this opponent pinned. You know you're getting exactly this opponent, and you know that he will overfold. So if you're exploitatively recognizing that it doesn't matter what's in my hand, this guy's folding 85, 90% of rivers to 3 barrels. I can build a pot and take it. I mean, there's scenarios where like your cards, not that they don't matter, but they will almost not matter, and you can push like that. But unless that from the description that the guy just that you just gave on this guy, where he's like, your story didn't make sense, therefore I called. That's not the guy I'm targeting with like the really expanded range and going for um really bluffy lines. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, and I
or
was really trying to get to the other guy. I thought, okay, I mean, I didn't think
okay,
anyways, line
okay,
called, right? I was on the button, and and this guy called. But
Yeah.
yeah. So it was. Um, I guess there's a part of me, that I don't know. I just have to look at my bluff spots. Um,
So I'll say this too, like with your bluff spots, if you look at now solvers aren't everything, right? But if you look at what solvers are typically doing, like in the last hand that I shared, even though it was a pile of garbage, uh, I think it's going to choose ones that have some ability to improve. Like that bottom gut shot
yeah,
it's very unlikely, but it will come in once in a while, and then you will get paid an enormous amount on it, right? Whereas this hand has
nothing's
nothing to improve to, and
coming
so
in.
it doesn't really block anything critical, right? So if you block something critical, then I think it makes sense. But you don't block anything critical, you have no ability to improve to anything nutty, and so for those reasons, I think I would probably not. I wouldn't play it pre-flop, and then if I did, I would go into shutdown mode most of the time. But okay, question from Heavy Cardboard. So he said, question for you, Jess. Why do you do this? You can pick better spots than just aggro randomly. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I think the two spots that I bluffed on that I mentioned were the only ones I bluffed on in the night.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
uh, I'm not going to bluff in early position, middle position. I'm just not comfortable bluffing out of position. Like I'm not playing a lot of hands out of position either. So it's like hard to find hands to do that in. And then like, yeah, so maybe it's just like not being patient enough or not, because like from the hands that I had, like the opponents that I had, like
Yeah.
these seemed like the spots that I was like, I think I can make something happen here. I think I can get away with it. But they're problematic as well, right? It's not like
Yeah.
um, they're problematic. So um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think finding the spots where you have at least the ability to improve, or you have a story that's going to come together a little bit better. But yeah, I would say entering with the better range pre-flop will make a difference. So
And I think like in the ace queen hand, it's like when we go from the flop to the turn, and my draws and everything are just uh, they're not going to make the nuts. They're not as strong. Like that's when I would need to reassess and be like,
yeah,
okay, flop to turn, things changed. I had a plan to tell a story. This isn't matching that, and went with my hand and everything, and just let it go.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. And at least with that hand, like pre-flop, I'm following you though, like, and it makes sense. And yeah, it was maybe a more aggressive line, but then it's like, okay, we had a base. So all right, you want to hear about this spot where I got let me tell you the hand. I'm gonna go through it pretty quick.
Yeah, tell me
You
that.
can tell me if you would do something different. Let's see. I think I put it in I think I've got it written out already. Let's see if I did here. Okay, so we'll show this. We're playing 1-3 under the gun, raises to $20, which is on the large side, right?
Oh, okay.
It is a little bit meaty.
Oh boy.
Um,
Yeah.
Player, I would say, is not like way out of line, but is also not anything special. Just kind of a dude at the table. I've never played with him before. Since it's larger, since he's under the gun, I'm just going to call when I get 10 of clubs, 10 of diamonds.
What
And I'm
position was that?
in, yeah, I was going to say, I believe I'm the hijack.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would call. I don't know.
So it's one of those spots where like, yeah, I might allow some callers behind me, but it's already pretty meaty, and I'm not gonna three bet him. I don't feel like I can fold this. So I end up making the call. The flop looks amazing to me. 10 of hearts, 8 of spades, king of spades. So we flop middle set, and we've got that nice value target. The king's sitting out there. Pot's $40. Villain bets $35. What are you doing? Oh, did I give you my effective stack here? I am 750 to start this hand. I'll edit that real quick.
So you have opportunities on later streets to get the money in because you're in position. So you can kind of control the pot size here. It's there's a couple of spades. There's I don't know if he's opening it. Well, he could have some. He could definitely have some straight draws there, and um, I was, like when it's a very wet board and um, hmm, it's like my instinct is to, uh, raise to kind of charge the draws.
Yeah, the
That's,
board is like so wet and so connected, right? That
um,
I really don't want it to get there's two things in my mind here is I don't want it to get I want to start building the pot. I don't want it to get scary because there's plenty of cards that can come in that like if he's holding ace king offsuit and they show up, now he might shut down and not pay me off. I think I mean like a 9 doesn't look great for anybody. The jack doesn't look great. The queen doesn't look great. If he hits the ace, he's probably feeling good. But so like I feel like we have to raise. So I went to 110 and he ends up making the call.
oh, okay. Okay. So now we're at the pot is
I've got 280 for the
okay.
pot. Villain. Oh, I didn't finish. Hold on, I didn't finish writing this one out. Villain bets on the turn now. The villain bets decides to match what I did and put $110 out there.
Oh man.
And the turn, I'm sorry, I didn't get the turn, but the turn is the 2 of diamonds. Complete banana, doesn't change anything, and he now bets $110. So I'm sitting on about what I have. Hold on, let me figure
Yeah.
out where I'm at in my notes. Okay, so yeah, I've still I put the wrong one up there. Okay, so let's see, we went 20, we went to 110, 130. So we still have maybe I put my notes in here wrong on my stack size. I must have had 650, excuse me. I must have had 650. So he bets $100, $110. What are you going to do here?
It's a weird bet. He's leading out. He's betting. It's like, like a little more than one third pot. It's almost like he's drawing, um, or he wants. I don't. It's just. I don't. That's weird.
Heavy cardboard says such a block bet.
Yeah.
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 So I mean, I think you said before, there's so many draws and everything. And if you're if you're afraid because of King King, then it's like, I mean, come on, like that's just 3 combos.
Yep.
So I guess I'm guessing you raised, and yeah, what
I
did you raise to?
I did. I ended up I just looked at the stack. There was no way to put together like a nice SPR once he leads here. Like
Yeah,
no way to set it up because like I probably was gonna bet like 150-ish and get the pot just right. But I'm like, once he bets, he either has a piece of this and he's like, hey, I'm going with it, or it's a blocker bet and he's like, I'm gonna try to draw out. So I just ripped it. Um he ends
oh,
up
mhm.
he ends up making the call very quickly, which I'm like, okay,
Oh
sweet.
boy,
Like
oh
I'm
boy,
feeling pretty good about this spot.
oh
River's the
boy.
9 of clubs. I show my tens, and he holds it up in the air. He
Uh-oh.
looks at the board, and then he turns it over slowly and shows me that he had a set of kings, and ends up taking all the chips. But I was trying to figure out what I thought like this like slow like he was holding it like looking at it like I don't know what he was waiting for. There was nothing to wait for there, right? He's just like holding it up in the air. So I'm like, okay, I got it. He gave me the little slow roll there and then shows me that it was kings. And I it really slow rolling really doesn't bother me too much. I don't get like ragey. I've seen people like tear cards and throw stuff and go crazy, but it doesn't really bother me that much. But it was one of those spots where I was like, I didn't love that. Didn't love that. But yeah, it was the spot's the spot. I'm not going to play it differently. I don't think I'm pretty happy with the line, but obviously the results were disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like top set versus like middle set on the flop. I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just crazy that that happens.
Yep.
And, it's interesting because I could see if it was 280 on the turn and he bets like 160 or something, like he just wants to, I mean, it's weird, maybe he doesn't want it to get checked through, because it is such a draw heavy board and he wants
Yeah.
to get some money in.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, ultimately, it's like, what can you do here? It's what it is. So
Yeah. Cardboard asking if he was clearly messing with me or if he was worried I had Queen Jack. I guess that's a possibility, but like I turned my hand up and he looked at it, and then at the end he did say he was like a newer player, so possible that he said he's only been playing for 4 months. So maybe he legitimately was concerned that he had lost the hand or something. That, I mean, again, the 9 does bring in a lot of connectivity, but um it he had plenty of time to process and was still just like holding the hand up. And so, yeah, possibly he didn't get it. He didn't seem to be like malicious or anything. I don't think he was really trying to do something, but it's still like there's a part of you that goes, don't love that. Don't love that. So anyway, but yeah, that was an interesting one. You got another hand, Jess? Because I've got one more for you, but if you've got another one, I'll throw it back to you.
let's see. I have one hand, but
Uh-oh. What you got, man?
well, all right, man. So, and we can do this quickly. We don't have to spend a whole lot of time, but
Sure.
it has similar tendencies here. So there's a couple limpers, and then it's me
Okay.
on the button.
Button
And
again. Okay.
same thing, couple limpers, me on the button, different session, different day.
Are you still 700-ish? Oh, different day.
No, different day. So I have 450.
450. Okay.
Yeah, and um, I'm on the button with 8-6 of spades.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I like it better than I'm still gonna fold, but I like it better than the 9-10 offsuit.
Yeah,
The nice thing about playing something like this is when you have the flush potential and you have position and you can control pot size, these hands will make you I think you'll have a better idea of where you're at with a little more equity. I still, against limpers, I probably just let it go, but I can, at least it's like, okay, the suitedness does help a little bit. So
so against limpers, maybe you would want more, like you wouldn't want one gappers. You would want more like what, 6, 7, 8, 9, and of course hands better than that. But what's your floor?
yeah, I like if this is 8-9 suited, I'm definitely going for it. But the 8, like the 8-6, the gap is not ideal, right?
No, gap
I
is
think
harder to hit. Yeah.
it's fun. It's funny that like mentally it looks pretty similar, but when you actually like play out how effectively it flops, it's like significantly worse.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but no, okay. At least
Yeah.
I can
How
get
to make,
behind this one. This is way
yeah.
better than 9-10 offsuit.
Yeah. Ways to make straights are just much more limited with 6,
Yeah.
8 than
Yep.
6,
Agreed.
7 or 8, 7. So
Okay.
I'm like, all right, I'm on the button. I'm gonna I raise to 20,
Okay.
and the big blind, he calls, smooth calls, and
Okay.
everybody else folds.
Okay.
The flop is so there's like 45-ish in the pot, something like that. And the flop is 663 rainbow.
Okay. Pot is 45 and flop is 663 rainbow.
Correct.
You did it.
You did it, you just have
Right.
to do it enough, right? And
You just need the heart of a lion. and enough
That's
belief. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
All right. Well, this is fantastic.
yeah. So the big blind, he bets into me. He bets
Ooh,
$25 into me.
25.
Uh, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm just gonna call that, but where'd you go?
I just called it. I mean, like
Yeah.
I have a lot of the board, and what am I what am I gonna do? So and I'm in
Okay.
position, right? So I can always 95 in the pot, and the turn card is the nine of clubs. So there's two clubs.
Okay. So we'll say there's a six of clubs, nine of clubs, something like
Yeah,
that.
right.
Okay.
And now there's 95 in the pot, and he leads again. And he bets $100.
Hmm. Ah, sorry, my phone's ringing. Um, let's see here. $100. Wow. I mean, he really likes where he's at. This could. Hmm. I mean, he can. This is a spicy one because he can also hold a six some of the time. He can have the boat. Um, he can have some overpairs. The fact that you're 450 here, you're still pretty deep. Like this is a pretty meaty one. So
Yeah, I think I have like, he bets 100. If I call, I have like 300 still. Um, if I raise, it's probably like an awkward sizing. But I don't know. Like he could definitely have a better six. He could have threes. He could have nines. What is he betting pot with? Like I would be surprised if he called with like a couple of limpers to go with aces, kings, queens, but he could have, I don't know, tens.
yeah, maybe
Um,
tens. He can have some 4 5 suited stuff like that too.
so
So
he wants to kind of get rid of, like I could have called with some over cards, like maybe I have ace queen, ace jack. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah, he bet 100.
he bets 100. Okay. Well, I'm probably just gonna call. I don't think I'm gonna try to like I think when you push here, you're probably not getting called by worse anymore because your hand starts to look pretty face up. I guess the fact that the clubs are there, but like you already called on the flop when there was one club. So you're most of your you don't have a ton of like great club floats there.
Yeah,
So I,
right.
I yeah, I would say I'm probably just going to call and allow him to take something like 4 5 and push it again, and know that some of the time, yeah, you're going to be skunked on the river. Okay, so let me hide this again, and I'll edit it. What do we get for a river? Or sorry, did you call?
Yeah, I did
Okay,
call.
so now we're
And then
295.
the river is seven of hearts.
Seven of hearts. Okay, so I'm just gonna go 6 6 3 9 7. We know there's a club draw on there, and put it back up here. Okay, so missed club draw on 6 6 3 9 7. I hate that the 4 5 got there. That's not great. But okay, does he rip it?
Yeah, he goes all in. He goes all in.
Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. This would be a very nitty fold, but out of the big blind completing, he's gonna have threes, he's gonna have 4 5, he'll have some sixes, and there's no six with a I mean, there's a couple of sixes with worse kickers, I guess. 5 6.
Right. Like
Um,
search for them.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to worry about the other part of the straight. There's no way he's leading on the flop with like 8 10. So,
Yeah,
um,
and I have an eight, right? So I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, but not that it's something I'm terribly concerned about. I mean, that wouldn't really make a lot of sense. But um,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna make a, like, very sad fold here, and I know it's nitty, but your hand is actually not if you think about combinations that are ahead of you, it's pretty far down on, like, the value range from the most premium hands, even though you have trips. So, what did you end up doing?
I agree. I was like, God, I have the 6 8. He went boom, 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 and I was like, I thought about it a long time. I was actually just sitting there and I was like, yeah, what would do this that I beat? But also like I don't know, it's interesting line just to kind of like go bet. You don't really I don't really see that very much. And he was like this, I don't know, he was a fast talker and I I don't know. So there was that, and then I guess when I thought about, well, I do have 6-8, so like he won't have a 10 here or something. I tried to find. I guess I was trying to find some reason to, or less likely. I was trying to find some reason to call. So I ended up because of that. I think I was like, I just maybe I couldn't let it go, but I um, ended up calling.
Oh, okay. And what'd you find out?
He had pocket jacks.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm surprised. Well,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
surprising. The weird thing is I called and he knew he had lost, right? Like he knew it. So then why would you bet if you, as soon as I put a chip in, he's like, oh, you're good. And flipped over his hand. It's like, why would you do that? Like, just like,
Yeah.
just check
Yeah.
back.
Well,
But
if you're holding jacks here on this board, like instead of jamming and like I feel like you can choose a smaller size here, like you can take a different line with jacks that gets you paid from worse, where like he kind of pushed his line to where the only things you were going to call him with was super premium stuff, right?
yeah,
Like
I
you
mean,
got
he almost got me to fold a six. I mean, it was just, it was a strange, it was like, and I was like, wow. I mean, he just called with jacks and then just, yeah, I don't know.
yeah, he's that not an ideal approach there. Okay, heavy cardboard. You said you had a hand. I'm excited to hear it. Let's get it. So we got 1-3 at Encore. 1K effective versus late position villain. Okay. All right. Tell us the story, man. What happened? What you got? By the way, on the reveal, heavy cardboard said, "Boom." So nice, Jess. Nice. Okay, so 1-3 Encore, 1K effective, seat 7, $6 straddle. Okay, under the
Oh,
gun with Queen of Clubs, Queen of Spades. I opened a 20, get 3 callers. Ugh, not what you want, but okay.
no,
First to
no.
act post flop. How's our flop looking?
Oh boy.
These are spots that they get tough to navigate, man. Especially when you
Oh,
get when you get the wrong flops, they can really be challenging.
well, and you
Like
can't cling to the hand. I mean, it's like you got three people.
I was just about to say the ones that have like 2 medium cards, like Jack 10, and you're holding queens are the worst. Here's the flop: 10 of diamonds, 9 of hearts, 8 of hearts. Ugh,
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, yeah.
vomit.
Yeah, two hearts. You have a static hand. I mean, a jack helps you, of course. But oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't I'm happy to check out of
Yep.
position.
Snap check in this one. What'd you do? I'm assuming a check, at least to start things. This feels like one where if somebody bets, you just snap fold. So I'm assuming it checks through. Oh no, short stack shoves 107. Late
Oh,
position insta calls, action back to me. Shows his cards to seat 7. Well, okay, sorry, I'll read this out loud. But I check short stack, seat 4 shoves 107, middle position folds, late position insta calls, action comes back to me. Give it a beat or two, and shortly shows his cards to seat 7. And as I'm processing this, seat 7 shows him and me his hand. What? What? You're
oh my
you're in the hand and he's showing you his cards? Oh my
God.
gosh.
Well,
What
that's
the
good. You have
heck?
more information. That's good.
Okay. So he shows you Jack 10 of hearts. Well, Wait a sec. Did I read the flop wrong? Oh, 10
Yeah,
of diamonds.
yeah.
Oh, I thought we had 3 hearts on the flop. My bad. Okay. So, oh boy. He shows you his hand before you've made a decision. Did he okay, hold on. Heavy cardboard. Does he do this like on accident? Was this a like I think you don't have cards and I'm showing you, or is this like I want action?
Oh man.
Top pair open ended straight flush draw. Yep, for sure. I'm trying help us understand the motive. They just screwed up. Oh my gosh, they just screwed up. So
Yeah, you wouldn't want to show that hand, I wouldn't think.
so hold on. This is a who does he show here? Does he show let me make sure I've got this right. Is he showing another villain? Obviously you saw the Jack 10 of hearts, but the other hand that was shown. Is it can you see those cards as well? Or was it shown to just one other player? Even though I'm pre-flop razor, they just messed up and somehow missed me. Holy cow.
Oh boy.
Okay, you don't know seat 4 yet, but this is has he shown his hand to another active player in the hand though? Or was it somebody that folded? Trying to make sure I'm following all the way. C4.
Must have been some player that was out of the hand. It can't be.
Oh, the short stack shows it to seat 7. Okay, and late position's still in there. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. So you got to see that seat as well. Okay, that's what I was wondering is if you got to like, did you guys stop and pause and you requested that information? Okay, so then, oh, seat 7 is late position. I think that's where I got screwed up. All right, so we know that one player has Jack of Hearts, 10 of Hearts, another and has ripped it. Another player has called. Let me make sure that I got that right. Seat 7. Oh no, seat 7, who still has chips, has showed you that. Oh, that's you're in a tough spot here, man. Like his hand. Let's see. I'd have to think about where he's at with equity. He has so much here because he's drawing live to
Yeah.
3 jacks. He's drawing live to another 10. He's drawing live to any heart. He's drawing live. Yeah, I'm just gonna fold. Like you don't even if you don't know the other one. 1K effective. Yeah. The problem, I guess, like, what would you do? Like, I don't think you can. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think you can like rip. Now that you have the information, you could call a street, see what happens, and then if your turn is clean, you can just jam on him and put him in a miserable spot where he has to make like a low equity play. So okay, tank call. Yeah, okay. All right, so you're ahead and we can see what the turn is. I mean, since we have perfect information, we're still
Yeah.
winning. Let's go. So, okay, we see one more card. And what is our turn? Oh, yeah. Okay, this is what I wanted to know is you ask if the dealer can see seat 4's hand. Or sorry, ask the dealer if you can see seat 4's hand, which I would assume he showed one, show all is typically what they would say. Let's see. Yeah, now that I've acted. Okay. He has queen 9 offsuit. Oh boy. Oh boy. I feel like we're man, we're in a weird spot here, but okay. That's oh no. Turn is the jack. Oh no, that gives us the straight. Nice. Okay. Turn is the jack of spades. So now he has 2 pair. I feel like we're heading towards a bad beat story here, but this is really interesting. Okay, turn jack of spades. So we've got a 4-liner to a straight. We hold the straight. And we have perfect information. Villain that I'm 1K deep with. And he doesn't know your hand, right? You haven't had to turn yours up. You still have all your information. Yeah. Nice.
Mhm.
Top 2 pair. Well, This has worked out quite nicely. Yeah. Okay. So he's still like he's going with it almost no matter what. Now his outs become
Mhm.
he still has a ton of outs. He still has a ton of outs because he's still drawing to 9 hearts, 2 jacks, and 2 tens. He still has 30%. I mean, you
Yeah. You
let's
have
see.
more. I mean, he has 30%, you have 70, right? So if you get the money in now and it's a side pot, so
What do you do? What are you doing here, Jess? Like, what's your bet size? I know what I'm going to do, but I want to hear what you would do.
I
Are
mean, if
you
I'm just hearing what you're saying, but what I'm hearing is like we got to the turn, one guy's all in, so like that main pot is whatever it is, and it's queen nine, so we're chopping, I guess, with that person, and then with the other opponent, we know that we have a better hand, and 70% of the time we're going to win. So I would say like I think let's just shove it, and right, because then if he calls,
Yeah.
we're ahead, and if he folds, then we got rid of his equity, and then we're just kind of mostly just chopping. So
Yeah, I don't think there's any world where he's folding. Top 2 pair, open-ended, flush draw. So just rip. And like sometimes it's going to look kind of weird to him where he's going to go, okay, like maybe this guy's got a set or maybe he has the straight, but I don't care. I've got so many outs. So
but the thing is like that opponent knows that his hand. So like you
right.
could have hearts, you could have higher hearts, right? Like
Yeah,
uh,
true.
he could be like, I mean, but yeah, like are all of my, I mean, like he could, I don't know. I would, if somebody jams on me for like hundreds of dollars and knows my hand, like I have to fold. Like I don't know, like that's just like that can't work out well. Like you could have Queen King of Hearts.
Oh, right. Wait a second. So he knows the short stack is holding a queen, right? That's right. So I forgot about that. So he actually already knows that one of the queens is missing. But I mean, so
Still,
he can
still,
think it's like a set. He can think that, you're just like, hey, I'm gonna put him into the test. I don't think there's a world where he folds. Maybe he does, but you did rip it. He pukes. Okay. Does he puke and call, or does he just puke and then throw his cards in the muck? And folds. Holy cow. Wow.
yeah.
That's surprising.
I mean, what if the guy, if it wasn't, yeah, some of it, I mean, I don't know. He could be dead, like he could, well, I guess the Jack and 10, like he could, he still has like 4 outs there. But I think showing the hand kind of, yeah, that changed it.
I guess if you have like ace queen of hearts, maybe. No, but then you still aren't ahead right there. No, you have the straight plus the nut
Yeah,
flush
you have
draw.
the straight ace queen of hearts,
Yeah, yeah.
king queen of hearts.
Yeah.
I
Oh. Okay, here's the real question, Jess. Reverse the roles. What do you do in his shoes?
I would. I, I don't think I would be in his shoes, but it does happen. Stuff like that does happen, right? So it could happen to me. I mean, I think, well, if we put $100 in, 100 something now, I guess, but we still have like what 800 behind, and the guy shoves. I think it's just like I would fold. I mean, I just can't do it. Um, and he knows my hand, and he shoves. Either he's like I would let it go. I mean, I know the
That's
odds. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's a spot where like you're probably the fold is probably correct, but it's just so hard for a player to actually make that fold. Is there I just can't find another sizing though because he just kind of knows where he's at by the river. Like I think you have to rip, right? Like can you bet 500 there? Cuz then you're just giving him like perfect info. He either knows like yeah, I hit it or I didn't.
It would be a really strange spot if you bet like $400. And then the river comes, and like, even if he hits it, you're like all in,
Yeah.
like you're
Yeah.
excited. But you're
That's
like,
what
then it's a miserable spot again. You're like, oh God, he knows my hand. Like, how can I call? That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. 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 So what bet sizing on the turn? I don't know, man. I think I agree with you. I think that you have to rip there because yeah, if I was in his shoes, like I do probably just throw up, but there's so much money in there already. Let's see how much he hasn't committed a ton.
No,
I
he
don't know.
hasn't committed a ton at
I don't
all.
know. Yeah, maybe I do find a fold because that smells a lot like ace queen of hearts or something. And in that scenario, you're absolutely crushed.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
it's a
That's I've
dry, it's a dry side pot, right? I mean,
it is,
there's
yeah.
nothing to.
Yeah,
So
you're not
then,
stealing anything. Yeah.
yeah, you're not stealing. Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
really a
yeah.
guy all in, and he could have, queen king or whatever. So it's like it just doesn't. Yeah, like it's so strong when you do
Yeah.
that.
It is so strong. Yeah. Jeez. And I guess like but boy, that's tough. Yeah. I don't know. That's a really weird spot. I've never been in the habit of like putting my chips into the middle and then just like turning my cards up. So I don't know. I've never been in this spot before. But
I've never shown somebody after I go all in, so but it can happen.
yeah.
It did happen. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Heavy cardboard, dude. Great hand. I that was a good story.
That
I like
is a
that
good
one.
story.
I like that one. All right, I'm gonna pull this one off of here. Well, I can do one more hand here, or Jess, do you have one more?
No, it's on you, man. It's on
All
you.
right. I'll give you one more hand and then we got to get going. We got to get it wrap this thing up. So, all right, I'm in middle position. Let me type this one out here. We'll get the info set up. Middle position, I have pocket sixes. There's a new player. This is about 2 in the morning. I've been playing for quite a while. And I am sitting with 550 effective. Playing 1-3. This is the same session where I got stacked. So my stack was up. It was looking nice. I end up dusting off 750, reloading, starting to try to rebuild. It's hitting 2 in the morning and I'm card dead. I have actually put my chips onto the table and said, it's time for me to go. I'm going to play 2 more hands. Because I was racking up with the button and I was like, I got 2 hands left, the cutoff and the hijack, and then I'm out of here. So I put middle position. We were down a player or two. So this would really play like the hijack though. So hijack, I have red sixes and there's a young Asian player playing very aggressive
Oh,
and he's been doing a lot of 3-betting. I raise to 12 and he makes the call. So we head to the flop and the flop is, let's see, jack of spades, 8 of spades, 3 diamonds. Pot is 25. And I will get this up here. Okay.
Okay.
So what do you
Yeah, one is you painted quite a picture. It's like 2 a.m. You
Yeah.
lost like a stack. You bought back in. You're tired. You're about to leave. Wow. So you have pocket sixes and two. So jack 8-3, 2 spades. I'm surprised we're talking about this hand. So like, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I check. I have a pocket pair. I can't really improve. I can't see how, and he can have, yeah, this, I mean, what am I doing? So I would probably
Okay.
check with the intent of check folding.
Check folding to any bet.
I mean, there's what, 25 or so in the pot. So, I mean, unless it's like $5, then
He bet 10.
he bet 10. He bet 10. Oh God. Okay. So there's 25. He bet 10. I know. Okay, sure. Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
call.
Okay. Like, if you want to just play like the, set or fold or whatever, that's fine. But I think like with the flush draw out there, it's a draw heavy enough board where like he can have 9-10 and he can have, you know, he can have some spades there. So I think it's draw heavy enough, and I've checked to him. He has position. It's a small bet. I don't think I can go away for $10. So I toss in the call. So let me revise this here. Pot becomes $45. Turn.
I'm waiting.
6 of clubs.
Whoa. Wow. Okay. So then you check to him. I guess for me,
I like Heavy Cardboard's note here. Note, kids, playing out of position is the sucksore. Yes, it's quite terrible. Yeah. And then when you say check, I do agree. I just don't think we can. I don't think we can lead here because he's aggro. Again, it's draw heavy, and a lot of the hands that will pay us here, I need to check in order to do it. So
yeah, and you need to build this pot. So you're hoping for a check raise here, and then you can deny some equity that way. And if it's a small pot, if he checks behind, it's kind of sucks, but that's the nature of being out of position. So what happened?
So I checked to him. He bets $15.
This guy's good. He's almost like poking.
Yeah.
He doesn't usually do this, right? This is like
I've never played with him before tonight, and he's been at the table for maybe 30 minutes. In that time frame, he's 3-bet 4 times, which like very high frequency, and he's made some very large. But he's doing a lot of what I do at the table, which is I get very aggressive pre-flop. I make big uncomfortable bets for people in position and try to put them in miserable spots. So he's doing that to the table. So I know he's thinking. I know he's aggressive. And what does a $15 bet to you say about his hand?
I mean, I think what it says to me is like I would kind of naturally rule out jacks and eights because there's too many draws. So you would be kind of insane to kind of give such a good price to draws, which you could absolutely have. And so it kind of would say to me he's in this way, there's no straight, so it's like he's kind of capped, I guess is what I'm saying. Like he would have to bet. It's almost like a check, but it's like maybe he's like trying to, okay, well, if I bet 1/3 pot, people overfold or something like that. But and then maybe he's leading up to like, if you keep calling on a draw heavy board, it makes it look like you're capped. So on the river, maybe he puts pressure. But anyways, I'm raising, and maybe I would raise to a higher size than just pot, like so maybe more than 60. Because he has some interest in this hand. He keeps like needling, but you want to build a big pot, and if you only raise to like 60 or 45, it's like it's a long ways to go. And you're probably going to just bet out river, right? So it's not going to be another check raise. So you probably, I don't know, like 75, 80.
Okay. My thought process is this. Like I think if you have a draw, you're going to put more pressure on, right? So like if you're holding spades, if you're holding 9-10, if you're doing something like that, your sizing with a thinking player who's aggressive is going to be aggressive. In this spot, it looks like he's looking for thin value, which to me says, okay, I have a jack. My story isn't going to make a ton of sense. I've gone check, call of 10, and then if I go for the check raise, like what do I really have? I probably am going to have a lot of the combo draws like that are out there, draws or combo draws that are out there. And so I could have, I guess I didn't consider going as big because I wanted to target that jack to get the call. I went 55, but you're saying larger, Heavy Cardboard saying larger. I could see it, especially with an aggressive player. And my thought was if I can set this street and make it look a little bluffy, that I can go big on the river and make it look really bluffy and try to get paid. But I do like the way that it builds the pot. My hope with going 55 was that it gave him the ability, because he's aggressive, to then go over the top again. If he was feeling like, no way, you don't, you're just on a draw, you don't have it. So I don't know. Maybe the 75 to kind of push and then see what happens makes more sense. Make it look like fighting fire with fire. Yeah. I kind of like that. So you guys make a good point. So maybe my sizing not ideal, but I went 55. He makes the call.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Let's hope for a nice clean river.
River is the queen of hearts.
Huh.
What are
Okay.
you gonna do?
Let me see. What's the pot now?
155.
I mean, gosh, so 9-10 gets there. That's it. But I mean, that is a big draw. I like
Yeah.
playing 10 offsuit. So
Yeah. 9-10
uh,
off.
right. So if you gosh, you actually got here, man. I mean, he could have Queen Jack and Jack 10, and it's like, how do you get paid when an overcard comes? And then the straight does get there, and
But isn't it important that the spades have missed though? Like that
that's
for
true.
our
Yeah.
story.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you're thinking about spades, then you're thinking you're going to check to allow him to bet, right? So, um, I guess.
If I miss spades here, you think you just give up and check? Is that what you mean?
No, for him, like if he had spades, if you're thinking he had
Oh.
spades, he was on.
No. I don't think he has spades, but I've represented them with the line I've taken, right? They're going to make up a
I see
decent
what you're
portion of
saying.
my range. Yeah, yeah.
I see what you're saying. So you're gonna go big. I mean, I already knew you were gonna go big, but you're gonna go big. I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah, it's the whole small bets. It perplexes me. I know he doesn't have like a set higher than you, but
Right. Right.
I think he could.
I think he can easily be holding something here like a strong jack. And I either have a really strong hand like I do, or I have a missed flush draw if I take a large polarized sizing. So
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna go. What did you decide to bet?
I bet 175, and heavy cardboard, you said 300. So I want to hear your thoughts on that. I didn't think to go as big as 2x, but tell me why. Is this just because like I want to make it look insane? Like I just really want to, right, 2x pot. But I mean, do you like, is it just, hey, this guy is aggro enough? Like or just like unbelieving enough, thinking enough? Like he does seem like an intelligent player. Like you missed your draw, trying to get him off Jack X. Yeah. Okay. I guess in my mind, like if I'm going to take a line like this, I typically don't 2x pot. I will once in a while, but yeah, let him level himself. Okay. 2x is pretty big. I went for the oversize, but I basically went to like 1.1, right? So
I mean,
not
I like
enormous.
a pot size bet if you're targeting a jack. It's
Yeah.
then yeah. Uh, with the overcard, what?
That's a good point. No one does it 1-3. Sorry,
Right.
go ahead. Go ahead. What were you
Uh,
saying, Jess?
well, did he think about it? Did he? What happened?
Yeah, he thought about it for a long time, and then he ended up making the call. So we got paid on the second to last hand, and he didn't show what he had. I'm assuming a jack, but
Nice.
my wife has called me multiple times during this live stream, which is not a good sign. I need to give her a call back. I need to wrap this thing up. Heavy cardboard. Thanks for hanging out, Jess. Thanks for hanging out. It was super fun, man. Always good to catch up and talk some poker. And yeah, we'll have to do this again sometime with some more hands. Maybe we're gonna have to figure out a way to actually get people into this thing. Like we're gonna have to find a way to do like a live call-in or something. It'd be fun to actually bring people onto the stream. So heavy
Yeah.
cardboard, you up for that someday? Maybe. Heavy Cardboard says, "Happy holidays, fellas." Right back at you, dude. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe posting it on the Discord, like, okay, whoever can come.
Cool. Live stream on my own channel, so I'm set up for it. Cool. Heavy Cardboard. You and I are going to have to talk a little bit, but right on. Jess, Merry Christmas. Enjoy your time, and thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, great.
All right. See you guys.